Unseasonably warm weather for February in Calgary.
We're talking about going to Arizona to golf, and now we can do it here. It's pretty amazing.
But be careful, this unusual heat also brings hazards. Plus, as Italy welcomes the world, it could have been us.
I think it would be a dream come true to skate at a home Olympics.
Was passing on the games a big mistake?
The cost of the arena alone is more than 3 times what it would have cost for us to host the Olympic Games.
And a hometown pop star doing an ad for Team USA.
Like, we're always cheering her on. She was just here at a Flames game over the holidays. And now this.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Tara Nelson.
Hello and thank you for joining us. The balmy temperatures across southern Alberta have people moving from the ski slopes onto the golf course. This Chinook blast is sticking around for a bit, but it comes with a warning from officials too. Tyson Fedor reports.
The warm winter blast is here to stay for now. Temperatures above 10 degrees Celsius is melting ice along the Bow River. It's closed skating rinks in the city and pushed people to the golf course like Shauna Baldwin.
I'm from Cape Breton, and they got 30 centimeters. So to be able to golf in February is like a dream.
Fox Hollow Golf Course, known for letting golfers play in the winter if Mother Nature cooperates, filled up the tee sheet Wednesday.
Right now it's looking like we should be able to get golfers on the property up till at least next Friday. You're playing real golf. You're not just hitting on a driving range, which, there's many good facilities to use for the winter, but, nothing beats being out and watching your ball fly.
And Calgarians are enjoying a break from winter.
I wish it's going to be plus 20, but we will take what we need.
We're still missing some, winter weather because we also tried to ski, and with this weather you couldn't do it.
For Lisa Sullivan, her family's arborist business is in full swing.
Feeling slammed. It's exciting because it's good for business.
Sullivan says people are hoping to get a jump on early garden prep ahead of the growing season.
People are concerned about this fall spring kind of thing happening, and some of the trees are actually starting to bud out. And if we get another freeze, which we likely will, those new fresh buds are probably going to be damaged.
Alberta Blue Cross held its annual Alberta Winter Walk Day. It's all in an effort to promote healthy living during the chilly months.
This time last year, we actually had to cancel Winter Walk Day in Calgary because I think we had wind chills of almost minus 30 degrees.
But with the temperatures come warnings from officials. Lakes, ponds, and rivers melting at a rapid rate, creating dangers for all.
There's a lot of areas where people are used to, through the winter season, whether it's a shortcut or area they walk through every day, those conditions can change within hours of the same day.
And Tyson joins us tonight from the Confluence, where a new winter festival is taking place. Tyson, these warmer temperatures are also sparking fire advisories in our region.
And Tara, this new festival here is called the East End Cold Spell, and it's far from that here in the city. Local fashion, music, and a good old-fashioned night market kicking off here this evening. But those cold spells, those temperatures that have increased here in the last several days, are actually sparking fire advisories across our region. The Calgary Forest area, including Rocky View County, are currently under a fire advisory. That means all fire permits, including burning and fireworks, are temporarily suspended until that advisory is lifted. Tara?
Okay, Tyson, thank you. Let's bring Danielle in now. January was particularly dry.
It sure was, Tara. And just to put it all in perspective, Calgary, this was our 16th driest January on record. Red Deer was the 3rd driest, Lethbridge the 5th, and Medicine Hat the 13th driest. So not the absolute driest, but this is also coming off a relatively dry fall, and then leading into what we know of, at least the first half of February, it's very, very dry. So not the best with regards to that. We have no moisture in the near forecast here, but it is important that you enjoy the weather that we have, because this is pretty fantastic to be out and about in this type of weather. 16 degrees is the temperature right now. Also our daytime high, we had gusts around 40, 50 kilometers per hour today. That's what's registering at the airport right now. It has been gusty today, and the winds will slowly calm down as we go through these next 12 to 24 hours. So by tomorrow morning, gusts around 40 kilometers per hour. By tomorrow afternoon, 30 kilometer per hour gusts. lots of sunshine and another high of 16 degrees, Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. It's warm in Italy right now, too, where the opening ceremony will kick off the Milano Cortina Winter Games on Friday. A constant rain is soaking Milan, turning popular landmarks into a sea of umbrellas. But in the north, it means snow for the mountain regions, just in time for the global event. The crowds aren't huge yet, but they are expected to grow in the coming days. Roughly 1.2 million event tickets are already sold, and only a limited number of tickets remain for the opening ceremony. Now, the Olympics could be just about to kick off right here in Calgary. These 2026 games were the ones that Calgary was preparing to bid for until that was quashed by a plebiscite. As Kevin Green reports, that vote result still weighs heavily on many here, even 7 years later.
Speed skating coach Heather Carruthers competed for Canada in the Pyeongchang and Beijing Olympics and would have loved to be skating them here in Calgary this year.
If Calgary had been granted the 2026 Olympics, I would have extended my career, or tried to at least extend my career for another 4 years. I think it would be a dream come true to skate at a home Olympics.
They aren't here because in a 2018 referendum, just over 56% of Calgary voters said they didn't want the games back in Calgary.
No, I don't have any regrets. I'm excited to watch the Olympics in Italy, and I'll be cheering on our athletes, but I don't think hosting the Olympics was the right thing for Calgary.
Supporters of the bid still maintain the federal and provincial grants to upgrade sports facilities as well as investments in transit and roads would have made it worthwhile.
A rail line from the airport to downtown, a rail network between Calgary and Edmonton, a rail system from Calgary to Lake Louise. These could have all been part of an Paralympic bid.
Calgary Chamber of Commerce President Deborah Yedlin says Calgary missed a big chance to boost its international status.
We know that the government's very focused on increasing the tourist dollars that come to the province. This would have been such an important catalyst to really move that forward.
We chose to be small.
Stephen Carter campaigned in support of the bid.
We have no cost perspective. The cost of the arena alone is more than 3 times what it would have cost for us to host the Olympic Games. And we would have gotten the arena 1/3 subsidized by the province and 1/3 subsidized by the federal government.
But in the end, Calgarians decided. The city said thanks, but no thanks to the IOC. Current Mayor Jeremy Farkas was a councillor then and a vocal opponent of the games. He thinks voting no was the right decision.
And I think right now, when we see our current infrastructure situation, what's happening with the water main, I think we're breathing a sigh of relief that we're not hosting the Olympics this time around.
And Kevin joins us from Canada Olympic Park tonight. Kevin, did saying no to these games shut us out of ever hosting them in the future?
Well, the short answer to that is no, but the longer facilities go unused or underused, the more difficult and expensive it is to bring them back up to speed. Mayor Farkas did say while he's glad the Olympics aren't happening here in Calgary right now, he's a big proponent of the games and says he wouldn't be averse to seeing them held in our city once more. He says he could support another bid for the Olympics in the future, but the caveat is the deal with the IOC and the finances would have to add up in Calgary's favor. Tara?
Okay, Kevin, thank you. One of Calgary's hometown heroes is facing some backlash after she appeared in an ad promoting NBC and Team USA. Tate McRae is in the commercial ahead of this week's Winter Olympics, and more than a few Canadians are upset with that move. Tim Brooke explains.
A Calgarian superstar in an American mix-up.
Oh, hi. I'm a bit lost.
Tate McRae is the lead of NBC's latest Winter Game spot, and she's got her eyes set south of the border.
I'm trying to get to Milan for an amazing opening ceremony and meet Team USA. Then it's the weekend with America's best skating for gold.
Now, the pop star is facing some heat.
We got to talk about Tate McRae.
Yeah, I don't like it. She's a Calgary girl. Like, you got to honor that. I'm sad. I don't like it. Not one bit.
People are pointing out that it's kind of a bad time, you know? Like, is this really the best decision in such troubling times? I think a lot of people are almost taking it as a line drawn in the sand, in a sense.
It's also not going well for McRae online. TMZ is covering this Canuck conundrum, and on Instagram, some fans are calling it a betrayal of McRae's roots. We even heard a few comparisons to Wayne Gretzky's Four Nations appearance.
You're telling me you couldn't find an American pop star to do a similar commercial?
These days, the Calgarian singer is living mostly in the U.S. and romantically linked to Team USA hockey player Jack Hughes. Fans tell us they understand it's show business, but they also hope McRae won't forget where she came from.
We're trying to support her. We just need her to give us something.
Tim Brooks, CTV News, Calgary.
Fans of Canada's sports history can take in a new exhibit at the airport just in time for the Olympics. The display helps mark the 70th anniversary of Canada's Sports Hall of Fame. It's called 70 Years of the Order of Sport. You can see digital displays, curated artifacts, and a wall-sized historical timeline telling the stories of athletes, builders, and trailblazers. Artifacts include items from 4 past Olympic Winter Games. The airport hopes to add more interesting displays.
People love it. I mean, it's something to see and do as you're traveling through. And we've got a big terminal, but these are sort of things that we want to use the terminal space for. It's for our community, it's for our people, and so let's use it for the best use.
The display is in the arrivals level of the domestic terminal between doors 4 and 5. It will be in place for the next year. A Calgary man who fought with ISIS was sentenced in court today. A judge gives Jamal Borhat 16 years in prison, a decade after he traveled to Syria to join the Islamic State. Plus, it's one of the most popular places in Canada. Parks Canada is looking into concerns around overcrowding at Lake Louise. A Calgary man who left Canada to join ISIS is now being sent to prison as a convicted terrorist. 35-year-old Jamal Borhat was convicted of 3 counts related to his participation in terrorist activities. Mark Villani has more on the sentencing decision and what it means for Canada's national security.
This is Jamal Borhat. The Calgarian traveled to Syria illegally with his cousin for 11 months from 2013 to 2014 to fight with ISIS. Now, more than a decade later, he's learned his fate, handed a 16-year prison sentence without parole for 8 years. The judge calling his behavior vile and without remorse.
That's a significant and serious sentence, so you would hope that's a serious message that would be heeded.
Court heard Borhat trained, recruited others, and held leadership duties with ISIS, describing in wiretapped phone calls the joy he would feel to kill others he called non-believers and stepping on the heads of the dead in the battlefield. His defense team claims he was radicalized and simply wanted to help fight the Syrian government during a civil war, an argument that didn't hold up, even though his offenses occurred thousands of miles away from home.
You know, they've been described as an existential threat to the Canadian way of life, and I think that's something that the judge found in this decision.
Borhat's defense lawyers declined comments, but they were hoping for a shorter 12-year sentence. That's what his cousin Hussein Borhat is currently serving after pleading guilty.
Jamal Borhat chose to exercise his right to a trial, but then he doesn't get the benefit of that mitigating factor of a reduction in sentence.
It reflects the gravity of the crime.
Criminologists say this case also highlights that though it's rare, there are individuals with terrorist capabilities living within Canada, and that more resources are still needed for local police, the RCMP, along with border control officers and CSIS.
And it starts with bolstering our border security, our immigration screening, and ensuring that we have enough officers that are actually in the field to ensure our protection.
A stark reminder that crimes like this come with serious consequences.
Justice was definitely served.
Mark is at the Calgary Court Centre tonight. Mark, Borhat will get some credit for time served in this case.
Yeah, that's right, Tara. Borhat will receive 76 days of credit for the time he's already served since being convicted. But it still means he'll spend about 8 years behind bars before he's eligible for any sort of parole. Several of his family members were also in attendance today. We asked if they would be willing to comment. They all declined, but it's still not known if any sort of appeal to this conviction will be made, or appeal to this sentencing will be made. All of that still to be determined. Many of the family members, though, seen leaving court in tears today. Certainly a very emotional moment as this decision was handed down. Borhat now set to serve his sentence at the Bowden Penitentiary. He's also been handed a weapons ban for life. Tara.
Okay, Mark Villani reporting. Mark, thank you. The parents of a Calgary man accused by U.S. authorities of helping facilitate the murder of an FBI informant say they're willing to put up $500,000 in bond to get him bail. 33-year-old Alistair Chapman was arrested in November in connection with the case against alleged Canadian drug kingpin Ryan Wedding. Chapman is accused of providing a photo to one of his co-accused and paying him to post it to a website to locate and kill a witness before he could testify against Wedding. Chapman faces extradition to California on charges of conspiracy to commit murder and other offenses. His bail hearing will continue tomorrow. Canada's Justice Minister says the government is not changing its process to appoint judges. It comes after Alberta threatened to withhold funding unless it gets more say. Jordan Canagan joins us now. Jordan, the Premier wants Alberta to have more input on judicial appointments.
And Tara, Premier Danielle Smith sending a letter to the Prime Minister urging changes to the appointment process, saying Alberta would stop providing funding support for new judges if the province doesn't get more input. Federal Justice Minister Sean Fraser saying judicial appointments need to be made without any political influence. Smith wants Ottawa to create a new committee with half of the appointees from Alberta. She wants the province to have say on filling vacancies on Alberta's Court of King's Bench, Court of Appeal, and the Supreme Court of Canada. Advisory committees already provide feedback on appointments in each province, and Fraser says the current process is working.
At risk of stating the obvious, it's essential that we have a judiciary who's able to make decisions without fear or favor amongst those who have the power to appoint or, in theory, remove a judge from the bench.
Confidence in judicial decisions hinges on the sense that they are being appointed not for ideological reasons, not by a particular government, but by independent folks that are reviewing, making sure that they're qualified.
Now, the feds appoint and pay judges serving on superior courts in Alberta, but the province covers costs for support staff and equipment. Smith also wants bilingualism requirements to be relaxed for federal appointees. Tara?
Thank you, Jordan. Canadians traveling to Cuba are being urged to exercise a high degree of caution. Global Affairs has updated its travel advisory, saying there are worsening shortages of electricity, fuel, and basic necessities, including at resorts. It also notes the situation is unpredictable and it could deteriorate, disrupting flight availability on short notice. It suggested that travelers review cancellation and refund policies before flying. Cuba also schedules long power cuts to reduce pressure on the electrical network.
This is CTV News Calgary.
Let's bring Danielle back in now. Today was lovely, but it was windy.
It was windy, yeah. We had gusts maxed up at nearly 70 kilometers per hour in the city. So definitely a gusty day as expected. 81 in Pincher Creek, closer to 70 in Lethbridge, just like us, and just over 40 in Medicine Hat. Let's fast forward to tomorrow. Keep in mind it will still be just as gusty tonight in most communities, but tomorrow the winds will start to ease. So by tomorrow morning in Calgary, gusts closer to 40 kilometers per hour, and then in the afternoon down to 30 kilometers. Same thing goes for Banff, Drumheller, Brooks, and Medicine Hat, 40 down to 30 throughout the day. Lethbridge looking at 50 kilometer per hour gusts, and Pincher Creek 60. So still windy tomorrow, just a little more reasonable than today. Check out these temperatures. If we got about 1.5 degrees higher in Calgary, we would have broken a record for this day because it is just so warm. And hopefully you're able to enjoy some of this. So there are a lot of things that come with this. Of course, we've had the wind. It's very, very dry out there, but it's also time to take what you can of this and enjoy it as much as you possibly can. This entire week will be warm, and these next few days will be the warmest. All right, we have the jet stream in the darker green here all the way up in the territories. This is a ridge of high pressure in place. Also Chinook winds. I'm sure you saw the Chinook arch out there today. A lot of ingredients in place to just really pump up our temperatures. Now, as we head into Saturday night, the jet stream will start to slump to the south. So that means on Sunday it will still be warm, as will be on the south side of the jet stream. It just won't be as warm. And because the jet stream is basically going to be right over us or just to the north of us, it will allow some clouds to move in. And I'll show you that in the longer range forecast. We've had a cloudy day today, even some moisture falling in some parts of the far south, but most of that evaporated before it even hit the ground. The clouds will start to clear out tonight, and we're looking at sunshine for these next few days because we'll be on the south side of that jet stream. You can see that in the cloud cover there. So a lot of sunshine for southern Alberta in the days to come here. Here's your action for Furnace 5-day forecast. Another day with a high around 16 degrees. Winds will be a little bit easier for tomorrow, 40 kilometers per hour down to 30. Still teens for Friday and Saturday. And then as that jet stream approaches us on Sunday, it will drop our daytime high to 7. Bring in some cloud cover, small chance of precipitation by then. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle. Lake Louise is a weekend escape for Calgarians. It's a bucket list trip for tourists, and it's an Instagram hotspot for influencers. But all that love is leading to dramatic overcrowding. Parks Canada is now seeking public feedback to help keep the area an enjoyable place for everyone to visit. Here's Tyler Barrow.
In small communities, you notice when things change. Bill Keeling has lived in Lake Louise Village for 33 years. He remembers when you could drive up to Moraine Lake in the mid-90s. No problem.
2016, we realized we had a problem. We had so many cars in town, my wife and I barely got into town to go to our driveway.
2.6 million people visit Lake Louise annually, overcrowding facilities daily from May till October.
As the station continues to increase, new approaches and tools are needed.
Parks Canada is now seeking public feedback on how to manage increased visitor use. Parks is hoping to address 3 locations: Moraine Lake, Upper Lake Louise parking lot, and Paradise Valley. Parks previously conducted public engagement in 2024. This feedback will help guide decisions over the next 5 to 7 years.
They expect to enjoy nature. People are not coming here expecting to get the Costco parking lot vibe. And that's something we have to be very careful to listen to.
Ideas being considered are a parking reservation system, parking time limits, or a summertime ban on personal vehicles on Lake Louise Drive. Keeling wants a ban on RVs at Upper Lake Louise and a continued push for people to use public transportation. He is also against Prime Minister Mark Carney's Canada Strong Pass, which takes effect again this summer, allowing free entry into national parks.
Our park is overwhelmed already, and the park needs to be funded.
And it's not just Lake Louise feeling the pressure. The town of Banff saw a crush of people for its skiddering event last month, where spots were at a premium. The influx of vehicles on the event's first day was beyond the town's capacity, as cars were parked outside the community's entrance. 239 parking tickets were handed out. Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Lake Louise.
For those interested in sharing their thoughts regarding changes to visitor experiences in Lake Louise, you can visit letstalkmountainparks.ca. The feedback window closes March 9th. It's described by some as the perfect crime. The Alberta researcher looking into hotshot murders and how the drug poisoning deaths go undetected. Plus, going to great lengths to make a point. Did this husband nail it or not? Trending is still to come. Fire destroyed a townhouse unit on Centre Street last night. A resident in the complex tells CTV it may have started in the kitchen. They say everyone inside the home was able to escape safely before firefighters arrived. Crews were able to prevent it from spreading to neighboring units. A University of Alberta researcher is working to bring attention to undetected killings using illicit substances. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti has more on hotshot murders and why they're described by some as the perfect crime.
Criminologist Marta Marika Urbanic has spent years researching why some overdose deaths go undetected.
This is different than other overdose deaths because the intention here is to murder someone.
The term is known as a hot shot or hot cap murder. A victim is given a substance like fentanyl or other illicit substances to make their deaths look like an overdose.
We've seen all kinds of motivations, from gang-related reasons, fights over turf and territory, drug money, oftentimes people owing debt. To send a message is a common one.
Urbanic says hotshot murders are effective because they're easy to dismiss. According to Recovery Alberta, there were 941 drug poisoning deaths certified by medical examiner in 2025. That doesn't include unintentional fentanyl-related deaths.
So individuals wanting to kill others unfortunately recognize that this is a way that it can be done with limited investigative eyes on them oftentimes.
Hot shots are described as the perfect crime, as it's difficult for investigators to find evidence and track down.
I have numerous cases in my head where this was talked about and I was told about it and
brought it forward, and there was really nothing we could do about it.
Dan Jones is a retired Edmonton police officer and the chair of justice studies at Norquest College. He spent years investigating homicides, including hotshot murders. He says the method gives gangs and pimps more power over the streets.
From being in that perspective and sitting there and having that information and not being able to do anything with it because you can't is really frustrating, and it's really frustrating for the police.
Edmonton Police Service says the issue isn't highly prevalent in the city, but is aware it happens.
Just like anything associated to the opioid crisis, there is some concern, but I think that there's a narrative being spun that this is happening on a regular basis, and I don't see that personally.
Regardless, Jones and Urbanic say hotshots are still concerning as they target marginalized Edmontonians. Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
Calgary police say they've shut down a meth lab in the northeast. Police say they found the drug lab last month. It was inside a shed on Coral Springs Boulevard. Investigators say they were tipped off about the operation and found drugs and weapons inside. 4 people are now charged. It can be difficult to care for pets as we grow older. We'll tell you about a call out for dog walkers in Calgary to help local seniors and their four-legged friends. Many elderly pet owners don't have the strength to walk their dogs on a regular basis, but their pets still need exercise. Elder Dog Canada has been in Calgary since 2017, connecting volunteer dog walkers with seniors. The goal is to make sure that bond between an older person and their pet lasts as long as possible. Kevin Fleming reports.
This is Olivia. She's 7 years old and has a few health issues and doesn't get all the exercise she needs. But she means the world to Sheila Fochuk. They formed a friendship that benefits both of them.
A dog never questions you, a dog will be your best friend. And when you're down and out, like when I'm in a lot of pain from the fibromyalgia, private nurse comes and sits beside me, licks my hand.
Fochuk signed up with Elder Dog Canada that has Kathleen Horn coming to walk Olivia. Horn says she enjoys volunteering.
I love dogs and I love seniors, and what a better combination. And I've been walking the same dogs for one client for over 2 years, and you form a relationship not only with the dogs, but you do with the client.
Walks can range from about 20 minutes to more than an hour, depending on the size of the dog and its energy level. Elder Dog is set up in 40 centers across the country. Its goal is to have 5 or 7 volunteers for each dog so that it can be walked regularly.
Pets are so important to seniors, and if they aren't able to care for their pets, they often have to surrender them. And we really want to keep those pets in the home with the seniors. So whatever we can do to support that, that's where we meet our mission.
Janice Bushfield has volunteers in all quadrants of the city, but is always looking for more people to walk dogs.
If you want to get out and exercise and get some fresh air, it's extremely easy. You just have to check our website, download a volunteer application, send it off to our national office, and we will meet with you right away.
Fochuk and Olivia appreciate the help.
I can rest now, and I know that she will get the exercise she needs. That seniors, you want to give your dog everything, but that was one important thing I couldn't give her. They did.
Kevin Fleming, CTV News, Calgary.
What a great idea. I love
Fantastic,
that. Oh, that's great. All right, I want you to tell me you're Irish without telling me you're Irish. Watch. Oh my goodness. How adorable is that? That's a jig, my friend.
Yeah.
That baby is doing a jig.
Listen, when you hear that music, you just do it. Me and producer Patty did it on the T-Box one time and did a pretty good job, I say. Huh?
I bet you guys look just like that. Cute. That is perfect. Well, really long nails can be a bit of a challenge, but this man wanted to prove his wife wrong when she told him he wouldn't even last a day wearing fake nails.
Okay, well, I can't turn the engine on.
No, stop.
I can't turn the engine on.
He just became useless, so she was absolutely right. He couldn't tie his shoes. He couldn't start the car.
No,
he couldn't operate the car. He
Barely.
had, he had
Barely,
trouble drinking coffee. He couldn't get into his backpack. I think he felt pretty fabulous with the nails, but yeah, he said he lasted half a day, and then he's like, okay, just get these off because I can do nothing.
Yeah. I can't do a thing.
He's using his mouth a lot.
Yes, and his knuckles and his palms. Yeah.
Never do it again.
It's challenging. Well, this kind of reminded me of Danielle. This mom found a perfect way to bond with her son.
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me.
It's just a little me time with her mini-me. So they're on the couch and they're holding hands. They're wearing their favorite masks. He's got Iron Man on. She's got her red light mask, giving herself a little spa day. They're getting ready for their next adventure together.
I'll do that tonight with my littlest.
Yeah, I can
That's
see
a great
that.
idea.
Yeah.
It looks like they're having a good old time.
A little bit of downtime. Everybody benefits. A Calgary-based trucking company is in some hot water. One of its drivers was pulled over for safety concerns. We will show you the state of his semi.
Skywatch weather cameras. Sun has set on a very stunning day, nearly record-breaking. If we got about 1.5 degrees higher, we'd be in record-breaking territory in the city. We may break a record tomorrow. There's the chance as well. This is excessive heat for this time of year, let's be honest. 16 degrees currently and our daytime high. So the sun is set and we're still holding on to the mid-teens, which is pretty exceptional as well. All right, -1 is what's normal for this time of year. All the warmth is really in Western Canada and especially in BC and Alberta. Even Whitehorse is at +1 right now, and you can see much colder in Eastern Canada still. Okay, right now, 12 degrees in Pincher Creek, 15 in Lethbridge, 12 in Medicine Hat, so still a lot of double digits out there. We have had a lot of cloud cover today, a little bit of moisture in the far south, but most of this is evaporating before it even hits the ground because it is so dry. This is your Action Furnace 24-hour forecast. Action Furnace fixed right, or it's free. Now, the winds will slowly ease over these next 12 to 24 hours. So today we had 70 kilometer per hour gusts. We're down to 50 for tonight. And then tomorrow, 40 in the morning, 30 in the afternoon, getting up to a high of 16 with a whole lot of sunshine. So a lot brighter in the city tomorrow. 9 in Kelowna tomorrow, and Salmon Arm, Kamloops, Golden, and Fernie. Whole lot of 9s there. 9 in Edmonton as well, in Red Deer, and 11 for Olds, 13 for Drumheller, and looking further to the south, a little gusty still in Lethbridge and Pincher Creek, but 17 degrees for a daytime high in Lethbridge tomorrow. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle. This mild weather has fire officials warning Calgarians to be cautious around any bodies of water. Ice on rivers, lakes, and ponds will likely be much weaker now that we're in for several days of above average temperatures. Some Calgarians are looking back with a bit of regret, while others say voters made the right decision when they rejected an Olympic bid in a plebiscite in 2018. We would be hosting the games right now if things went the other way. And Calgary pop star Tate McRae is facing some criticism from Canadian Olympic fans for her appearance in an ad promoting NBC and Team USA. Late today, though, she responded to the backlash by posting this throwback photo of herself holding a Canadian flag to her Instagram story, saying, "Y'all know I'm Canada down." A commercial semi-truck owned by a Calgary company has been taken off a Saskatchewan highway for being unsafe. The driver is no longer employed, and the company is responding to questions about the damage. Laura Woodward has the story.
This video posted to social media shows the moments before a semi-truck was taken off the highway.
That is what the driver was looking through.
Both side windows of the cab smashed out and covered with duct tape, and the windshield severely damaged.
That's their mirror that they have attempted to red-green together with duct tape. How a professional driver could get behind the wheel of that vehicle, deem it safe for operation after a pre-trip inspection, and take it on the road is something that is just beyond comprehension.
Calgary-based company Southwest Bulk says the driver is no longer employed and says the damage happened from another vehicle. Quote, "Our driver was parked at a customer's site when another vehicle backed into his truck, resulting in damage to the mirror and windshield." The company says a tow truck was dispatched, but the driver chose to keep on driving. Corman Park police say the semi had been on the road for at least 6 hours.
Your line of sight is obstructed by duct tape. Your mirrors are covered by duct tape. There is no way you can safely operate that vehicle. But on top of that, people who operate commercial vehicles are professional drivers.
Professional drivers are required to meet, pretty strict standards.
In Canada, commercial trucking comes with regulations, rules on the condition of the vehicle, a driver's medical fitness, and how long they can be behind the wheel. By law, drivers must inspect their vehicle before every trip.
So how could this pass a pre-trip inspection?
Well, it wouldn't have. So it wouldn't have passed a pre-trip inspection by any means, or any type of inspection. So it should never have even gone out on the road.
Corman Park Police are thanking the off-duty RCMP officer that reported the semi. The truck was immediately towed and the driver has been ticketed under the Traffic Safety Act. Laura Woodward, CTV News, Saskatoon.
A new data center in Red Deer County hopes to bring power generation and infrastructure for artificial intelligence companies online by the end of the year. Construction is underway on the new campus located just north of Red Deer. People overseeing the build say it will have waterless power generation on site for heavy power users. The first phase focuses on infrastructure geared toward developing artificial intelligence. The hope is companies in tech, AI and agriculture see the center as a reliable and affordable space to invest in. The town of Olds also recently announced its own data center project. The Washington Post began large-scale cutbacks today. The paper is eliminating its sports department and shrinking the number of journalists stationed overseas. The newspaper's books department will be closed. Its Washington area news department and editing staff will be restructured, and its Post Reports podcast will be suspended. The paper is owned by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. Home prices continue to slide in Canada's biggest city. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has more.
Home sales fell 19% last month from January 2024, and the average selling price is down as well. It's the first time the average selling price dropped to under $1 million since January of 2021. It's currently at $973,000. And a home now spends an average of 45 days on the market. The Toronto Regional Real Estate Board says it expects the weakness to last through the first half of the year. Alphabet, the parent company of Google, reporting earnings today. The tech firm reported $97 billion U.S. in revenue for its latest quarter. But investors are interested in how much it will spend on AI infrastructure. Alphabet puts that at $175 to $185 billion U.S. this year. Tech stocks still getting hammered on the markets. Advanced Micro Devices down another 17% today. Software firms specifically are sinking on concerns that AI will replace what they do. Palantir Technologies dropped by 11% today. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down to 73.17. West Texas Intermediate is up almost $2 to 65.14. Western Canadian Select is up to 47.92, and the TSX gained 182 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
A robotic dog is searching the slopes of Italy's Mount Etna, attempting to sniff out volcanic fumes. The four-legged robot is meant to reduce the risk of sending people into dangerous terrain. Now, it can't predict eruptions, but it can gather data that can provide early clues. The Swiss-made canine is fitted with sensors, instruments, and a type of AI that allows it to identify gases. That's cool. Well, still to come, the top NHL prospect is facing serious charges. Glenn has the details on the accusations against Gavin McKenna. That's next. The owners of the Calgary Surge now own the Saskatoon franchise as well. And the ownership group announced a name change for the Canadian Elite Basketball League franchise from the Saskatchewan Rattlers to the Saskatoon Mamba. Owner Jason Ribeiro says he hopes the changes will reinvigorate the fans. The Calgary Flames played their final game before the Olympic break tonight. Glenn is back with us. Glenn, the Oilers are in town.
That's a good one. Another Battle of Alberta, Tara. The Oilers lost last night to the Toronto Maple Leafs, so the Flames would love to take advantage of their back-to-back.
Zary launches one toward the Oiler net. Skinner misplanted and had it poked in.
This is the fourth and final installment of the Battle of Alberta. And so far, the Flames have had the edge over their rivals from up north.
One hands it. Kirkwood nearly found it. Lomberg steals a long shot, scores!
The Flames have 2 wins and a loss against Edmonton this season and would love to go into the Olympic break on a winning note.
Yeah, no, it's important, of course. It's a big game too against the biggest rival, so an exciting game. Should be a good buzz here tonight, the crowd and everything, so we're really excited.
Whenever you're facing the Oilers, you have to watch out for the dynamic duo of Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Stopping them is never an easy task.
Yeah, we know they're the drivers of their team, and they're one of the best players in the world, so it's always a challenge playing against those guys, and we know they drive their team, but they have a good team. But of course, that main focus is to shut them down first and then make it hard on the rest of the team too.
Head coach Ryan Huska says it'll have to be a group effort.
They are the 2 best players in the NHL right now. So it's not one guy. It's not Michael Backlund that's going to be the guy that's going to be tasked to shutting down Connor McDavid. It's a group of 5 guys on the ice that have to be cognizant and aware when he's out there, and they have to make sure that they do it. You know, people talk about as 5s, or there has to be a lot of numbers around him.
After Wednesday night's game, the Flames go on a 3-week break. It's been a busy season so far, so a good time to recharge the batteries.
NHL season, it's a long grind. I mean, we all enjoy it. It's best job you can have, but it's also a mental grind. So to get a breather is always nice. And this year, obviously, a long break and schedule's been crazy. But we'll keep our foot on the gas for one more, and then we'll enjoy it.
The Flames didn't make any moves ahead of the Olympic freeze. Devin Cooley, he gets the start and goal tonight. Puck drop for tonight's game in just over an hour's time at the Scotiabank Saddledome. And a shocker out of Penn State today, Gavin McKenna, who's projected to go #1 overall in the 2026 NHL entry draft, has been charged with aggravated assault. According to court documents, the 18-year-old from Whitehorse was charged by state college police. If found guilty, McKenna would face more than a decade in prison. And snowboarder Mark McMorris crashed today during big air training, and the 3-time bronze medalist had to be taken off the course on a stretcher. There have been no details yet as to the extent of the injuries. The 32-year-old was getting ready for tomorrow night's qualifying. McMorris is making his 4th appearance at the Olympics. That is a shame. Hopefully he's going to be okay.
Hopefully nothing too
Yikes.
serious. Yeah.
I met him. He's so nice. Hopefully he's okay.
Aww. Okay, final peek at the weather, Danielle.
Yes. 3 more days of temperatures in the teens. How about that?
Take it.
Okay. Here we go. 16 tomorrow. So the temperatures will be similar to tomorrow because that was our high today as well. But tomorrow comes with a ton of sunshine, so it will feel even warmer. Get the sunglasses ready. And again, don't wear your best shoes. Let's be honest. 14 degrees for Friday, 13 for Saturday, and then the jet stream shifts to the south on Sunday. That's going to open us up to some cloud cover moving in, maybe a little bit of precipitation, and temperatures won't be as warm.
My backyard's a little soupy.
Yeah, yeah, soupy is a good.
Yep.
It's pretty gross. I mean, it's the price we pay for 16.
I know.
Don't wear your good shoes out there, I can tell you.
Right? Look at the little weasel. Do you see him?
Yeah,
right there on the little
right
post.
there.
Eric Sorkilmo. Oh my gosh, I hope I said that right. GNS Smith Farms, High River, sent this one in. So thank you very much. Weather Window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors. Crafting quality windows and doors for style, budget, and Alberta's climate.
Thanks for your company tonight. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.